Just did my little daily video and I talked about how Chiron is the busiest bee right now in the transits. Our wound is rising to the surface, especially when it comes to identity, when it comes to aggression, when it comes to who we are and who has a right to exist. This has been the song since Charlie Kirk's passing. There are different rules for different deaths. Some deaths are okay, and some deaths are not. The whole time shoving in our face that this death was not okay, which I'm not saying it was, but all the while murdering all these other people. It has been gaslighting extraordinaire. And now we have horrible news out of Mississippi. Two young boys were hung and killed. I believe one is Mississippi State and one is Delta State. No, for sure. One of them is saying that there's no foul play involved, even though his arms and his legs were broken. Listen, I have always been about don't trust what this administration says. Very Wizard of Oz. But now the chart, especially the chart of today's transits, Donald Trump and the US chart. It's very ominous. I feel very confident in saying we're being lied to about everything in this moment. Even CK's passing. I'll show you. Hold on. This is the US Sibley chart. This is the transit chart, and on the outside is Donald Trump. The US natally has Neptune at the 22nd degree in Virgo. You see that transit sandwich on that Neptune placement of the US? Neptune deludes. It blurs. To be honest, he's been really busy. Neptune always plays a part in the US's wars or whatever. And it's because we have we think that we can be boundless, but we want to put boundaries on other people. Like if you watch each war and its Neptune journey, we weren't being very honest about where our boundaries lie. The Sun and Mercury are there. They are trying to illuminate. They are trying to show the truth, trying to show the sickness. That South Node is also there saying, hey, let's learn our lesson from this. Let's move on. But we can't really learn the lesson until we have it come up again. That Neptune is in conjunct with Chiron. So there's some tension. There's something that has to be worked out. And tension is calling it what it is. This literally says, we got a wound. We ain't gonna tell you. We'll even commit more unalivings to tell our story. Our justice system is under attack by this Cheeto Puff and his titty baby wound. He thinks he's bigger. He's also Delulu. Look at all those Cancer placements. I think it's very interesting that we have Donald's Saturn and the transit Jupiter, and then Donald's Jupiter with the US's Saturn. There is some tug of war of expanding and restriction, pretty much saying only certain people can expand. I don't like to be a fearmonger, but the rest of this week has my butt puckered. I already had it with the eclipse coming. Now that's the day of Charlie Kirk's funeral, which his death, which I don't think we know the truth about. Remember, he is the Easter promenade. He is the big thing that we're going to be looking at. It's a big thing that they can delude us with, that they can say, oh my gosh, you guys are responsible. Everyone is starting to reveal themselves, but you know this. The harder you try to rip a mask off is the bigger the narcissist will become to fight and keep that mask on. I don't think anyone who watches me would go to any prayer ritual, any of that stuff for him. I would not go to any events. Candle lighting, the funeral, I am hoping that a lot of the fight and a lot of the duality that I'm seeing is actually going to be within the right. But what sucks is even if that happens, innocent lives will be lost. Marginalized people will be lost. But Do they care? How much stuff did they get through while Charlie Kirk stuff was going on? That Mars at the 22nd degree that got Charlie Kirk, that was on his highest point. What he's known for, what he's remembered for. Yes, sometimes those can be like loud assassinations, but sometimes it can mean that it's a show. Like when Trump's ear thing happened. Yeah, I'm not saying he's alive. I'm not one of those, but I'm saying they are going to try to gaslight and delude us down the drain. I feel like Mufasa right now, but you have to remember who you are, okay? Be as safe as you can. There's gonna be weird traps and all sorts of shit.